Today, I'm going to show you how to level up your tooltip game in Power BI. Jumping right in, I'm going to use a report that I previously made for a YouTube channel called Good. The report is fairly straightforward. It just has a lot of different visuals and pages regarding the subscriber count, some details on the videos themselves, and some correlations as well to other channels. If you're interested in this report, I'll link it below, but the main purpose of this video is tooltips. And this is a good report to showcase the different ways that you can use tooltips in Power BI. So to start, let's look at the basic way that Power BI does a tooltip. If I hover over this top visual, let's say subscribers and total views over time, I hover over any of the lines, we can see the basic default tooltip. I increase the font size, but otherwise it's the default tooltip from Power BI, which basically shows you the categorical data, which in this case is the data along the x-axis, which is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. And it shows you the values as well. And in this case, I have two, subscribers and total views. And you can see as I drag this tooltip, it'll just give me the date that I'm hovering over, and then the total values, which are subscribers and total views in this example. And if I look at tooltips on a bar chart, it's similar. It looks a little different, this default Power BI view, but it's okay, right? It doesn't show you very much. Let's go to another page, a subscriber increase page, where I'm showing week over week the percent increase in subscribers. And what I've done is I've used Power BI's tooltip ability to actually give us more information. So let's say in July in 2022, I see this big spike in subscribers. Why is that? And you can go into other parts of the report, start adding some filters, digging in, or you can add a tooltip for the users to just see. So I added a tooltip that shows, if I hover over the spike, the previous week's videos. So ostensibly, the videos from the previous week will affect who's subscribed. And shows that the Good Major UK in this example was the video of the previous week. And this could be a reason for the subscriber increase. Let's look at this first massive spike as well. There were two videos before then. And so what I've done is I've made a tooltip completely custom for Power BI that shows the different videos from the previous week and some stats, duration, views, likes, comments. And this is a very powerful option in Power BI. And I've done this tooltip, added tooltips for different reasons in different parts, custom tooltips. I go to video types where I'm kind of showing like a word cloud, but on the right hand side here, I have a bar chart of the different types of videos that Good posts. If I hover over major, it shows me all the most viewed videos for the major, the YouTube that categorize as a major. It shows the total number of videos, which I have on the top right is 22, and shows you what the different videos are, sorted by views. So that's kind of another useful way of looking at tooltips. Another one is I have related channels on here. I have video types. I have video details. Nothing too exciting on here. Let's see. I use the tooltip in one other area. Then I'm trying to remember what it is. Maybe it's in correlations. It is in correlations. Okay. So if I look at correlations where I'm looking at like views versus likes and just looking at a general trend of as views increase, do likes increase? Generally speaking, yes, but there's some outliers where there's a video where views are super high, but likes aren't that high. What is that video? Oh, that's that same Good Major UK. I created a tooltip that just gives me some basic stats on one single video, which is all I'm showing here. And it's formatted a little differently. Likewise, I can look at the one that has so many likes, but not a ton of views. And it's this greatest golf shot in YouTube history where I think he made a hole-in-one on a par 4, which is pretty spectacular. Beside the point though. So the tooltips can show you extra data where I can go to a basic chart. Oh, I added most viewed videos in this as well. So let's talk about how to make this happen. And I have a good example, and we'll do it step by step on how to make this custom tooltip. First of all, you click on a visual. This is a visual with the default tooltip. So if I go to the format pane here, I go to general, not the visual itself, but general, because tooltip is pretty much pervasive across all visuals. Go to tooltips. The default is this. Default type is default. You can update, change the text, the font sizes, colors, things like that, which, that's kind of cool. So I can change the background color, or I can change the font size, which I've already done. I can change the label color, right, of the label or the text. Basic stuff for tooltips. But how do we get a custom tooltip page? Well, let's start with a simple example where this is average views and likes per month. And so let's look at August, the spike in August. I want to look at the videos that make this up. Well, I already have a page on here where I'm looking at the video details. So why don't we use this as a tooltip to start And then we'll optimize it to really work well as a tooltip. Use this to start as a tooltip when hovering over a bar in this first visual. So the simplest way to do this is all I need to do is I need to take this page that I've already created. Don't select a visual, make sure nothing is selected so that when we go to this format area in top right, we get the page information. Go to page info and hit allow use as tooltip. Simple, right? This page name is called video details. We allow Power BI to use this as a tooltip, right? Now we can go back to this visual, click on this visual, go to general, tooltips, and change the type to report page. Now it'll allow me to select the different pages that I've allowed to use as tooltips. And we just turned on video details, which is our second page. So I hover over it, it'll pre-filter on the entire page. This is key. It'll pre-filter the entire page based on your selection. So I'm hovering over September 2022. And so these are only videos, if you look at publish date column in this tooltip, of videos that have been published in September 2022. Simple. You can be done. However, I've just used a separate report page. That's the whole purpose of this. You can use an entire report page as a custom tooltip. It's not optimal because it's a massive page. It's not scaled to be used well as a tooltip. It was built and designed to be used as a standalone page, but I'm showing you exactly how to do it. So what I've done is I've actually created, my favorite way of doing it is I've created hidden report pages that I design to kind of be optimal tooltips, which means I increase the font sizes, I reduce the amount of information contained on that page, because this is just in this one that you've seen before, it's just a table visual. Simple, it's a simple table visual. And I've added a little text box up here to give the date ranges. You don't need filters or anything. It'll automatically filter it when you hover it over. And the only other thing I've done is I've changed this page canvas settings. I've made it a custom size. Note that there is a tooltip default, a tooltip kind of pre-selected option you can use, which is like the small 240 by 320 option. But that, that's a great tiny tooltip. I've made a slightly bigger tooltip. So previous week's videos, which is what I showed you before, or top videos tooltip. So let's use this top videos tooltip that I've already created in this page. And let's go back and change this tooltip from that massive videos page, which is big and hard to load, right? And then has issues because you can see it's it's too big for this. Instead, let's go and change that tooltip to one that is a little bit more optimized to be a tooltip. So I just need to change report page, top videos tooltip, which I've already made. That looks a little bit better. It's giving me my total videos and some high level counts instead of the entire page. And that's it. Simple, right? Now you know everything about tooltips. And now is an easy way to make tooltips way more effective in any Power BI report you do. And honestly, they look pretty cool. And linked below is the report that we used as a template in this video. And then there is so much more than just tooltips. We have tooltips, bookmarks, visuals, all kinds of different things. And I highly encourage you to go get it. Otherwise, please subscribe. We're going to have many more videos like this coming your way. Until the next one.